Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to the Sonic universe. This fast, yeah, I know. But there's a certain remaster that's coming out soon that features a certain edgy hedgehog boy, and because there's fans of Shadow, so many fans of this character all out there. I thought it was very fitting to start the Sonic Adventure 2 commentary right then and there. And joining me once again are my two special guests. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Klaus. I make fan art, and I love Shadow the Hedgehog, and I wanted to be him when I was a kid, so here we are.
Hello everyone! You may remember my voice from certain videos. I'm Spring the Chara, and I do like Shadow the Hedgehog too.
Ooh, I didn't know there was a Shadow the Hedgehog 2.
Yes,
When did that release?
It's called Sonic and Shadow Generations.
But wait a minute, how do you like it when it's not even out yet?
Since I like Shadow the Hedgehog 2, Electric Boogaloo.
So yeah, we're back again to Sonic. I remember that the Sonic Adventure commentary was probably one of my most popular commentaries, but I think the reason why that it was is because Spring constantly watched the video on loop.
Maybe.
but not only, I think we could all agree that we're all looking forward to Sonic X Shadow Generations, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I may not be a Sonato shipper, but I am very much looking forward to the game.
Never forget when I said in the Sonic Adventure 1 commentary that one of the tags on Steam was LGBT.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a society, guys.
They knew what they were doing with the title. They knew. They freaking knew.
And the worst part, the worst or best part is that they actually confirmed that it is pronounced Sonic X Shadow. It's not even a silent X like Spy Family or Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, no.
Like, it's a game that will feast every single type of Shadow fan. Every single type.
Even the ones that hate Shadow?
Yes. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go
by. Follow my rainbow. This is the best karaoke we've ever done. Good job, guys.
I love this song. I know, it may be cringe, maybe cheesy, I don't care. I love this song. I sing this song every time I think about it.
You may be cringe, but you are free.
Cause you gotta follow me, set me free.
Be free.
Trust me, and we will escape from the city.
Hey! Alright, but I think that's a good note to start on. What are you guys' experiences with Sonic Adventure 2?
So I first heard about Sonic Adventure 2 through Sonic Mega Collection. In the videos gallery, there's they had a trailer for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I was like, oh wow, that looks so cool, and that Shadow guy looks so cool. And then I asked my parents if I could get Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for Christmas, so they did. And I played this game very obsessively as a kid. I mostly spent my time in the Chow Garden and just playing City Escape and Radical Highway hundreds of times. Because I was an addict, I guess. But yeah, and for a couple of years of my life, I actually did consider Sonic Adventure 2 to be my favorite video game in general. Yeah, even this was before Mother 3 came into the picture. Yeah. So Sonic Adventure 2 was my favorite game for a very long time. And I have very fond memories of playing the two-player mode with my brother.
Aww.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just one of my comfort childhood games. But yeah, and it just sort of set the bar for what I expected all the other Sonic games to be like.
None of them are the same.
yeah. There were some of the later titles I was definitely disappointed, with Sonic Colors.
I assume the only Sonic game that ever reached was probably Shadow the Hedgehog, since you said before it's your favorite.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog, is my favorite, because it's basically just the adventure gameplay, but just for the whole game, plus guns. And I like guns because I'm American, so...
America! Fuck yeah!
Not just American, but from a special states.
Yes. No.
I'm not sure if you want to say, actually, did you say that time? Where are you from?
I can't remember if I did, but I mean, yeah, I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, the guns, yeah. So how about you, Spring?
Okay, so for me, I briefly touched this on Sonic Adventure 1. Sonic Adventure 2, for to put this in perspective, the perspective of a newcomer Sonic fan in the mid 2000s during the dark age of Sonic, during the 2000s also with the evolution of YouTube and stuff like that. Sonic Adventure 2 in the late 2000s all felt like the Holy Grail in a way. It's like this was the peak 3D Sonic game. Everyone was praising this game to hell and back. Like this was the game that people still said it was one of the best Sonic games ever made. And again, nowadays we know because this is the entry point to a lot of Sonic fans. Yeah, yes, to fail. Hello world, you cucked.
This game introduces the Reiki system, and I had a fun time making names for the Reiki. But I only kept it for this part because I knew when I was editing this that I was like, okay, this is a bit too much. So next part, I'm not gonna put this.
Okay, Phantasy Star Online. Okay then.
Yeah, you never noticed that?
No.
Yeah, the game has a lot of references to other Sonic Team material, and it just so happens that the most recent Sonic Team game at the time was the original Phantasy Star Online. And before anybody says, Sonic Team only developed the original Phantasy Star Online. They did not do Phantasy Star Online 2.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, the very cool Easter egg. It's like and you know this game actually is before I go back to you. This game is actually kind of special for Sonic Team because it expanded on the original concept of what Burning Rangers was supposed to be.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a 4-player co-op online adventure, but you know we're talking about online in the Saturn era. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work.
But so this game was like the Holy Grail. Like it was very praised at the time. Like after like Heroes, Shadow, 06, like all those games. Like people always say they paled in comparison to Sonic Adventure 2. Like Sonic Adventure 2 was like the peak gaming. Then came the 2010s, and I assume from my perspective, like the re-releases of these games, like the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Sonic Adventure DX for the Steam, for the PS3, which I'm pretty sure you're going to touch on this. We are playing on the PS3 version, I assume. Because it's in Portuguese.
Yeah.
the trophies. But I think because of the re-releases, I guess more recent players at the time saw more of the flaws of these games. Because, yeah, like we said last time, these games have aged. And so Sonic Adventure now became a punching bag. And again, it didn't help that during that time, after Sonic Boom, in the social media platforms, the official social media platforms for Sonic, they were very like tongue-in-cheek and very self-deprecating humor about the adventure games. So I guess the perspective and how these games would look during the 2010s was all came down pretty much. And now in 2020, it's in the 2020s. Sorry, it's the opposite. These games are praised again. So it's the Sonic cycle that I mentioned before. For me, though, I played it around the same time I played Adventure 1, which is around 2012, 2013, when some call me Johnny did his Sonic retrospective, Sonic Marathon.
Yeah.
And for me, Sonic Adventure 2, I don't know if I like it more or not compared to Adventure 1. Again, it improves a lot of things. First things, I think the visuals look better. It cuts the fat that Sonic Adventure 1 had, with Big, with Amy. And it focused on the free play styles that I liked, which is the speed sections for Sonic, the treasure hunting stages for Knuckles, and the Gamma stages that are now Eggman and Tails. But then it loses in a lot of things. The plot is definitely more ambitious, but if you just take a glimpse at it, you can see multiple plot holes.
Yeah.
There, for example, the Knuckles stages, which is, hey, fitting, we are looking at Knuckles right now.
What the?
Knuckles.
I really, I'm gonna be blunt, they are the worst part in this game for me. Like, the treasure hunting stages, they just... I don't have any fun with them. But then, the Eggman and Tails stages, I think they have things better than Gamma. For example, I like they have a health bar instead of just being from rings. I think that makes the stages much more easier to digest. And also, I like it has a very arcade-like mentality, because you can, when you rank up the combos, you see all the things blow up, you catch all the power drives of the animals, they're like, oh, it just feels good. So
I mean, this is Sega we're talking about, the arcade masters, so of course they're gonna put, I mean, a lot of Sonic Team's games were already heading that direction with, like, Knights and Burning Rangers having ranking systems. This is only the natural follow-up to that.
Yeah. So I do enjoy the mecha stages. They can get a bit frustrating, especially Tails' ones. I think Tails' ones are not as good as Eggman's. And then we have Sonic and Shadow stages, which are the best part of the game. And they are more linear. Some reviews have pointed out, and I think you were going to point this out too, Rhino.
Yeah.
They're more linear than in Adventure 1, but I don't mind because the sense of speed is still kept there, and they have very memorable set pieces and action moments. Say Space Gadget. Oh, Space Gadget, I don't like that one that much. Hurry up, Sonic! If you don't go, she will die!
Die.
But my thoughts on Sonic Adventure, no, it's one of my favorite 3D Sonic games. Again, I don't know if I rank it higher.
Adventure or Adventure 2?
Both of them. Like I said, I don't know which one of them I like more, because every time I think I like one thing better in one game, the other game has another thing that I like better than the previous game. It's weird. I really don't know which one I had to pick. It's really one of those things I really don't know. I like them both equally. They both have strong points. They both have weak points. They both have a sense of ambition that I really hope we can see in later games.
Yes. For me, it's my thoughts on Adventure 2 are very interesting because I remember I told you guys in the previous commentary, in the Sonic Adventure commentary, that the first Sonic games, official Sonic games I played was Sonic Adventure 1 and then the Sonic Unleashed. But then the following year, I was able to convince my dad to get me Sonic Adventure 2, and I remember, and this is the mind of like a 12-year-old kid, I was super excited. I was like, I felt like I could barely breathe. Like, oh my god, I'm finally gonna play Sonic Adventure 2, and I remember enjoying it. But of course, as the years have gone by, I've definitely noticed the cracks. But it's one of those games that, if you were to ask me, do you think Sonic Adventure 2 is good? Yeah, it's good. It's a good game. Not amazing or anything, but like, I enjoyed the game. But which one do I prefer? Adventure 1. Absolutely. Because Adventure 1, in general, there's a lot more things that I like in Adventure 1. But this isn't to downplay any of the improvements that Sonic Adventure 2 did, because it did do a lot of improvements. And in general, I just have a lot of fun. I do have a lot of fun playing with Adventure 2, especially in this recent playthrough. Things went a lot better than I was expecting. Hey! I got a few of these in my playthrough. But the thing is that, yes, the speed stages are more linear here compared to Adventure 1. But as I was replaying the game, I was like, I prefer Adventure 1's level design, but Adventure 2's is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Because it really does emphasize the speed of Sonic and Shadow, and also I just think that in terms of environments, it's just very varied. Even with this somewhat more realistic setting that they were going for. I mean, they were also going for a more realistic setting with Adventure 1, but I feel like that is more noticeable in the hub worlds themselves and in some stages, but not all of them. As, for example, something like Hot Shelter feels like a natural evolution of something you'd see in Scrap Brain, or in like the classic Sonic games, while here, it does feel like they are pushing it more into the somewhat realistic vibe that the Sonic series was leaning more and more throughout the years. As for the treasure hunter stages, I mean, maybe it's because of my years of experience, even though I don't have nearly as much experience with this game as I have with Adventure 1. But I didn't find many of the treasure hunter stages that bad this time around. Maybe it's because I actually, throughout this playthrough, you'll see that I actually do consult the hint system a lot, just to make sure where it is. And you basically are, before you get an emerald piece, you're granted 3 hints. And each of them gets more and more specific at where it is. And because of that, and because of my just natural, some knowledge of the levels...
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot.
I miss a lot. I'll be back. I get the feeling that fan dub will be referenced a lot of times during this fucking thing. But I didn't find them as bad, but of course, there are some stinky stages that I don't like. The most obvious example, Mad Space. That stage can go fuck itself.
I hate Mad Space.
It's not even the anti-gravity mechanic that I don't like. It's just the fact that it's so random and so big, and like it takes forever for the radar to pick something up, and it's like, gosh, I hate it. But then there's these shooting levels, which I, during this playthrough, appreciated them more and more and more, especially Eggman's. Tails is not so much, but like I didn't find Tails' stages to be bad by any stretch of the imagination, just that they were there. While Eggman's stages, I just really like their overall atmosphere, and I think they do a nice balance between platforming and shooting, which I really appreciate. Like the last Eggman stage, Cosmic Wall, has been a favorite of mine for years, and this playthrough reminded me why I love that stage so much. It may be the longest stage in the game, but I love it so much. I really like Cosmic Wall. And overall, Adventure 2, it has a more ambitious plot. It gets kind of funky towards the end, especially with the last episodes.
Last story, you mean?
But yeah. Why did I say last episode?
In the last episode of Dragon Ball Sonic
Ball
Adventure
Z.
Battle Z!
Eggman lost his wife, and Tails beat the crap out of him.
He misses
Who
her a
shall
lot.
win?
He misses her a lot. He will be back.
Who will win this fight? Find out in the next episode. Tails wins.
Eggman defeated.
Yeah. And
We always
overall,
go back to Dragon Ball. I love how in all of our 3 parts of Sonic Adventure 1, and now this first part of Sonic Adventure 2, we always go back to Dragon Ball. It's funny.
It's not like Dragon Ball kind of inspired Sonic in many aspects. Like, it's kind of like that open secret that nobody wants to say, but like, there's a lot of Dragon Ball stuff in Sonic, right?
Yeah, there is. I mean,
Super
Dragon
Saiyan,
Ball inspired
Sonic.
everything shonen, so...
Yeah, and I like that. That's a vibe that Sonic is kind of coming back to, which is the shonen vibe. I noticed that with Frontiers, and it seems like they're leaning more into it with Sonic X Shadow Generations, and I'm all for it, baby.
You're saying,
Just
Klaus?
because-
Sorry?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I didn't say anything.
Oh okay, but feel free to chime in whenever you want to say something. You know?
Yeah, of course, but I just don't want to interrupt what you guys are saying.
Sure. And as we're gonna kind of find out throughout this commentary, I had fun editing this, as you already can tell.
I could not tell, no.
I know it's a deep cuts, deep Easter eggs nobody will understand. Yeah, but no, because Sonic Adventure 2, while it's not my favorite Sonic game, not even my favorite 3D Sonic game, it's a game that you can make a lot of jokes out of. So much so that Sonic Paradox made a lot of jokes out of that. For example, Sonic dying at the beginning of City Escape, or eating too many words, or something like that.
Like, read those words.
Hey, don't you want to hear what the rest of my complaints? And then he just lots of words in his mouth. But yeah, I mean, actually, that's a good topic. What are you guys' experiences on Sonic's Paradox? Because we actually didn't discuss that in the Adventure 1 commentary.
I mean, I mentioned briefly when I was talking about Sonic Shorts, but,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, again, it's like I said last time, there's specific shorts that I really enjoy, but it's hard to call a full volume a favorite. Especially nowadays, since a lot of the jokes are very... From the times? From the times? If you know, you know. From the edgy style of humor from the internet in the mid-2000s.
Mm-hmm. Although, that is funny, that since last time, a new Sonic Shorts volume actually came out. Have you guys seen it?
Actually, I haven't.
No, I haven't seen it either. I kept forgetting to watch it, but
Me
thanks
too.
for reminding me.
Well, now, maybe for the next part, we'll have something to discuss. Because I have seen it, and, I one of the shorts I liked so much that is now my current Discord profile pic. Squinkly Shadow. Never forget.
Well, if you want me to say something about Sonic Paradox, I love the Seaside Hill Denied because I'm a Sonic Heroes fanboy.
Oh yeah, Seaside Denied. And then they never, they did a second part for this next stage, and I was like, oh, they teased the casino park at the end, and then they never did.
They never did, and I'm pretty sure that they're not gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean...
Wonder what happens.
So... Yeah, probably the animators just got busy with life and probably forgot at this point.
Yeah.
It was also another thing probably was that Sonic Paradox, the channel, was actually hacked for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Took a while for them to come back, but that's the reason why we now got a new volume is because eventually one of the new animators kind of pushed and motivated people to do shorts again, and then we got a new volume. And in some ways, it does feel like a return to form.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, Sonic Paradox is pretty much what Spring said. Is some of the shorts are a hit, some are a miss. But personally, I liked all the ones that had to do with the Tails doll. Of course, I remember there's a lot of animations about Marine hanging out with the Tails doll.
Yeah,
and I always thought those ones were cute.
Why Marine specifically?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's kind of like. Because, in the Archie comics, Cream has a Tails doll. So maybe they're like, okay, let's just put a cute character with this, evil doll.
I
for
did not know
contrast.
that.
It's kind of like a trope. Because I don't even know who came first. If it was the Cream hanging out with the Tails doll in the Archie comics, or if it was the Sonic Shorts having Tails doll paired with Marine.
Yeah,
You know
I don't know.
You know what's funny about that sentence? You started by saying cream instead of marine.
I mean, they all look very similar. You know how I discovered Marine's character? I saw a comic of Cream wearing Marine's outfit. A leaf falls on her head. She transforms into Marine, and then Mario appears. Hey, have you seen a flower floating nearby?
Oh.
What?
The Tanuki leaf.
Yeah.
But still.
Because Marine is a raccoon.
Yeah.
I guess remember, Tanukis and raccoons are, for people who don't know, they seem interchangeable animals, even though they are completely different.
Yeah, I mean, Tanuki is the Japanese raccoon. Dog is a
Dog.
bit different, and it's quite prevalent in folklore. That's why the Tanuki leaf in 3D lands. But I mean, the Tanuki suit in the original Super Mario Bros. 3 allows him to turn into a statue. Because of folklore, you know.
Yeah, it was just a silly joke, as in, oh, Cream looks like Marine. What if Cream had the Tanuki leaf? It was turned to Marine. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, Marine herself is not a. It's interesting that it's a character that doesn't really appear much.
You know, it's
as
funny you
appeared in
say
Marine.
that, because I think I saw a post either today or yesterday that actually said that Marine is back as a playable character in Sonic Speed Simulator.
Oh,
With Blaze.
oh, okay.
I think
She's
so.
Roblox.
She's not even playable in the game she debuts in. Wow.
Yeah. She's not even in Sonic
Yeah.
Speed Forcers or Sonic Forces, that mobile game where it has almost all characters. Oh my god, it's the scene!
It's a scene.
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you, faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Ha! You're not even good enough to be my fake.
I'll make you eat those words. Oh, actually, we were quite delayed, but whatever.
I don't have time for this. You don't even get the chance.
Yes. Ah.
I'm the
Kill it.
coolest.
You know, it's funny that I actually died quite a few times for this boss because I just couldn't get around him. I will say that, that is a legit praise I have to the rival battles compared to Adventure 1, is that they're not as piss easy. You actually have to get behind them and homing attack them, or maybe do a somersault and see if you can hit them.
And
But,
they take more than 3 hits. That also helps.
No, they take free hits. They still take free hits.
Oh, 3 hits? Okay, I thought because they have the health
at
bar.
least for Sonic a Shadow. Well, for this first one. For the last one, it's more than that. And for the Tails and Eggman ones, it's still more than 3 hits. But this one is 3 hits.
Okay, because I thought since it had the health bar, I thought, okay, it's going to take more than 3 hits. But nope.
No, as you can see, it's already the last hit.
And he's still the coolest.
It's still the coolest, but I wreck him. Haha.
Not bad for an imposter among us.
Saucy Baka? What?
Also, I like the shot of Shadow's foot just in front of Sonic.
My feet. They're not the coolest. But
They're air shoes.
They're air shoes. Sonic Prime.
I don't know why they did that joke where it's like Sonic is describing Shadow to the audience, and then it's like, oh, Shadow with his cool shoes, and then Shadow just turns to the camera and says, they're air shoes.
But it was a good demonstration of Shadow's voice actor in that show, which was, from what I remember, pretty good. Pretty good voice actor.
Pretty good.
Yeah. But what do you guys think of Sonic Prime?
I mean, we also mentioned that before.
Did we? Okay. We mentioned so many things.
We said something along the lines of, at least, okay, you and I. He said, oh, I forgot about Sonic Prime, and I haven't watched season 3, or season 2 in your case, so you probably said, I don't have interest in seeing it, and I said the same thing. I haven't seen season 3, I heard season 3 is not very good, so I haven't seen it yet. but I liked,
okay.
for what it was, I did like what I saw from season 1 and 2. I think 2 was an improvement over season 1, but also had a lot of major drawbacks. For example, I think we took way too much time in that freaking jungle dimension. I'm not sure why. In season 1 had the same problem. They really want to emphasize that, I forgot the name of the dimension, but like the one where everyone's like a cave person, and Amy is the one that's like the outside leader that's very rough and aggressive. Yeah, I don't know why they keep focusing on that one, because that one's probably my least favorite dimension. But, and then for example, there's things like the Pirate Knuckles. He has a his character goes through something that makes him an antagonist, and it's like that came out of nowhere for no reason. I wish we had focused on that instead of just focusing on again the jungle dimension. But it had positive things. The first episode with Sonic and Shadow, it's the highlight. So
Yeah. So I guess I did watch all of it. So yeah, I agree that season 3 was definitely the weakest one. It's because we spent like all the time in the, I can't remember what it was, but like it was an alternate dimension where Nine was trying to make his own world or whatever, and it was basically just like all action and no plot really. And then my complaint also was earlier, they were kind of, there just wasn't enough Shadow, and I wish that the season's more about like Sonic and Shadow working together, but instead, of course, Shadow gets sidelined, and it's all about Sonic having to save the day again. And that's kind of my complaint, is that it's like, here we have a different medium where we can let the other characters be the hero and actually do stuff, but no, it has to be all Sonic since he's the main character, and it just doesn't really feel fair. It's kind of like in Dragon Ball Z, like all the Dragon Ball Z movies, Goku always has to save the day at the end. None of the other characters get a chance to shine. Oh, Vegeta, he can't get a kill. No, just let Vegeta get his ass beat again.
Vegeta.
Just remember that scene from Dragon Ball Z Abridged where they dubbed a movie called Cooler's Revenge, and it's like, wow, I can't believe they all kicked you in the dick, Vegeta. That's literally what Vegeta's treated in the movies.
Yeah, it's funny we talk about that because I, ever since the commentary, I did finish watching at least up to the Cell Saga of Dragon Ball Z, and it's fine for what it is, but
it's fun.
I don't feel very invested in that world. Gotta be honest.
Yeah, maybe Dragon Ball Z is something that yeah. Maybe DBZ is something that you just have to like grow up with.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that I am interested in watching the original Dragon Ball someday. I just don't know when, because it's long and it already took quite a bit for me to watch DBZ Kai. Yeah, gotta take a while for that one, but it's speaking on that the medium things, like I feel like that it is expected for audiences to think that the main character will save the day, but yeah, I do agree that maybe sometimes some other characters should, like, you know, have sort of a character arc and then be save the day or something like that, you know. I guess you can only really expect that with spin-offs at this point.
Yeah. Because the thing is, with Sonic Prime, the idea was Sonic was exploring different alternate dimensions and universes of the characters. And there are some good interpretations. For example, again, I don't know what happens in Season 3 specifically, but 9, it's a Tails counterpart that was bullied all of his life because he didn't have Sonic with him. And he has 9 tails, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to the Japanese folklore of the 9-tails fox.
Yeah, Kitsune.
Kitsune, which appears in Pokemon and Naruto and stuff like that. And he's very bitter. That's a good character. It's kind of like an AU of sorts, you know. That's a good character Tails interpretation, and he's the one that gets more screen time. That's good. But then we have things like, okay, there's a robot Amy that looks like Metal Sonic. She appears in the dimension where Eggman, not Eggman, sorry, a council of Eggman, because they thought it would be funny to have 5 different Eggmans, and none of them are actually funny.
Yeah, I don't remember the Eggmans at all. Or the Eggmen.
They have the main Eggman, which it's literally just Eggman with a different design. They have the annulled Eggman, which is like the classic joke. And you have
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, then you have the baby Eggman, he's annoying. Yeah, and for some reason he's always the one who appears in the fights, and it's very annoying because he only does is crying and blah 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 blah. So no, that's not funny. Then you have Dr. Deep. I actually like this one because he's the most different one in terms of design, and he feels like a millennial commentary. Because he's very like, he has samurai swords. He's like very into Japanese or weeb culture, and he's like very like methodical and has to think. Again, this is a different interpretation. It actually makes sense, and it's actually very varied. And then we just have Teenage Eggman, which is like the stereotypical, it's a teenage boy who just plays video games and says like, this is so lame, whatever. So it's like,
it feels like very basic writing for them.
it really is. And they don't ever expand on this.
So,
That's the problem. They don't expand on the ideas. That's the thing. And they focus on Sonic, which I don't mind Sonic's characterization in this show, but some people have really think Sonic is annoying. Because every time he goes to a new dimension, it's like, oh my god, the Tails! Oh my god, Knuckles! Oh my god, Amy! And it's like, when you go to the 5th one, you should probably know, yeah, this is not the same characters you know, Sonic. You should...
Yeah, even Sonic and Sonic and Secret Rings eventually realized that.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a hit or miss show. One thing I really like is the animation, and again, Shadow's characterization in that show is really good. But then, like Klaus said, the show barely focuses on him. It's like the first or last episode of each season for Shadow.
God damn it.
Because it's like, oh, Shadow cannot access the dimensions because of backwards reasons. For some reason, like, he cannot access it. And I'm like, okay, so you're limiting your writing for this. Okay, then.
Well, that's just lazy writing, is that what we say?
No, well, looks at the camera, that's just lazy writing.
Well, speaking of movies, you guys want to talk about that movie trailer that came out recently? Wink, wink.
I was actually going to ask you about each one's opinion about the Sonic cartoons, but sure.
You're talking about Minecraft, right?
Minecraft, exactly.
No.
Klaus is right, Minecraft.
I mean, we're not doing a Minecraft commentary anytime soon, so yeah. I've actually did see a little bit of the trailer recently, and it just feels so uninspired. There's nothing interesting about it, gotta be honest.
Nope, it doesn't. Not at all. And it looks ugly as all hell.
Not even, I mean, that's the interesting thing. I don't even find the designs overly ugly. I just find them, it's the models, but in 3D with some texture. Amazing.
It's just like, I just think all the mobs like look really creepy because it's like they're trying to give them all these realistic textures, but yet they still have like these weird like stylized bodies and proportions, and it just makes them look very grotesque and unappealing.
Even with Sonic, as much shit as the original design was, at least took into account some different things, and then they made the design better. So.
And again, I heard, I'm not sure if this is true or not. Again, I saw this on Twitter. Like, apparently some developers or artists or whatever are also the ones who worked on the Detective Pikachu movie. And the thing is, when that first trailer came out of Detective Pikachu, I did think the Pokemon looked a bit uncanny. Because you're not used to see them that realistically looking. But then, as the movie went on, you actually grew... I didn't mind them as much. I actually thought they looked really cool, some of them. It's just... I guess with Pokemon... it's a matter of, how well they look in motion, and I guess they still had, like, relatively speaking, realistic proportions. Like, Charizard still looked like a dragon, Pikachu still looked like a little rodent, the monkey Pokemon still looked like a monkey Pokemon, Mr. Mime still looked like the creepy mime he is, so points there. Meanwhile, with the Minecraft, it's like Klaus said, they're trying to do it realistic, but still keeping the same blocky proportions, and it just feels like a mess. At least for me.
Yeah, it does. The interesting thing, I actually never did watch Detective Pikachu, even though I was actually curious on that movie.
I watched it with some friends. Honestly, it felt really nice. Like,
was it good? Nice.
Detective Pikachu, I had a lot of fun. It felt like a Pokemon movie. The only thing is, the sense of humor was definitely a bit more modern and a bit toilet humor-ish. But not too much, not too much. Just like one or two jokes. But in terms of, for one thing, first thing, and I give props to this movie, that this movie did something that the Sonic movie, that neither the Sonic movie nor the Mario movie did. It's not the main character goes to alternate dimension. This is the Pokemon world. Pokemon exists. There's Pokemon trainers. There's Pokemon gym leaders. Pokemon are a part of the world. Thank you. I'm like, thank you. Yeah. No, I got transported to this world with Pokemon creatures. No, they're part of the world from the beginning. That's perfect. I really like that.
The more I think about it, the more I feel like that plot point is just used by filmmakers just in case, just as a way to say goodbye so that if people hate the movie, there's no consequences. You know, there's nothing, and it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, at least with Pokemon, they did that. And the movie's cool. I mean, if you're a Pokemon fan, you're definitely gonna love the movie. If you're a young kid, this movie probably is gonna be a blast to you.
What about me?
If you're not a Pokemon fan, like certain someone called Rhino the Dino 64, I'm not sure. How do you think about the movie? Maybe you'll like. I think you'll still like it. I think you'll probably like.
I mean,
a few jokes here and there. You're probably gonna like the mystery. No, I think you'd like the movie fine. But probably anything you're not gonna watch it again. I think you're gonna enjoy your time with it. I'd say.
Okay. I mean, I do remember watching a few Pokemon movies growing up, and I remember enjoying them. It's just that I haven't watched them in years, so I don't know much. But I like Pokemon Snap. That's good, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I guess you just like looking at the Pokemon and stuff. So I guess you'd like Detective Pikachu enough, and just looking at the world and all that.
Yeah, I mean, RPG's very picky with them, and Pokemon has done nothing to convince me.
And probably won't anytime soon. Considering how the games are right now.
I mean, Gen 9 was an improvement over Gen 8, right?
In my opinion, yes. Okay. Here's the thing. Comparing Gen 8 with Gen 9. Gen 8 is more functional. It works. Doesn't break as nearly as much as Gen 9. The problem is, and this is the reason why I never picked up any Gen 8 games, it felt completely uninspired. At the first trailer, I'm like, this is literally just a Pokemon on the 3DS, just now on the Switch. There's nothing, again, to me. But I remember always feeling this way about the game. Like, in the very first trailer, before there was the National Dex cut, before there was any controversy about the game itself, the first trailer, when they showed it, I felt, this is the Pokemon game for the Switch? Mario had Odyssey. Zelda, even though it's not technically for the Switch, it was for the Wii U, but Zelda had Breath of the Wild. Fire Emblem had Three Houses. Kirby even had Star Allies. This is the Pokemon game? This is the new ambitious step? It looks just like the same. The only thing different was the Gigantamax forms and the open areas, and even then the open areas felt restricted, at least in my opinion. Again, I haven't played the game, so I cannot comment on them. Maybe they are more open areas.
Well,
With Gen 9, the game is full of problems when it comes to bugs. Yes. The game can break very easily. It happened to me playing online. It happened. No one told me. It happened with me. The game feels like it's held by glue and sticks.
And duct tape.
And duct tape. And spit.
Lots and lots of duct tape.
But I feel ambition in the sense that it's an open world Pokemon game. If it just had some time to smother, to be in the oven a little bit, it would have been great. If they had more things to do in the hub world itself, if the Pokemon mechanic, the catching Pokemon mechanics were a bit more like Arceus. According to a friend of mine who played Arceus and Gen 9 back to back, he said like it's impressive how downgraded it is in some areas. It just kind of like shows that really Arceus was made by a separate team than Pokemon Scarlet or Violet.
Yeah.
It's just need more time to smother, more time to develop a bit of the world, more things to do besides just catching Pokemon, because literally, there's only 1 or 2 buildings you can access in Gen 9. It's your house, one lab, and the school. No other house you can go. No, you can't.
Not even the gyms?
Yeah.
The gyms.
No, you can access the gyms. You can go to the gyms, but a lot of the gyms are like in open. They're outside essentially, and the issue, like, and then every town has like a shop or like a sandwich shop, ingredient shop, Pokeball shop, stuff like that. But the problem is you can't like go inside to these shops and walk in. You just go through the door and it just takes you to the shop menu immediately.
Yeah.
And so yeah, every city, there is absolutely no point in exploring any of the cities because you can't go into people's houses. Like Spring said, you can't like it's like there are no NPCs that like give you items or like give you quests or anything. And like the cities are just completely barren and they're just set pieces for the gym.
Yeah.
And it just feels very sterilized. And if we're gonna compare this to, I'll compare it to Gen 5. Like the cities were, I mean, the cities like maybe they didn't feel as like big on the scale, but like there was so much that you could do in the city, so many people you could talk to, so many items you could find, and just like a bunch of cool little details, and it made the worlds feel so much more alive. Versus the new games where it's like there's like nothing going on in these cities. And it's very disappointing. And but yeah, to touch back on Gen 8, I did play Gen 8, and that was an issue in Gen 8 as well. Like there's nothing to do in the cities, and the open zones were just too barren. There wasn't really much to find them. Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe you can run around and find a Pokeball or some like Pokeball item and like catch Pokemon, but there's like nothing to do in the open zones. And just like ever since like Gen 6, like the games have had a lot less content in them, and it's just very, very disappointing. And I just say ever since Pokemon made the shift to 3D, it's just been downhill. And I think just Game Freak is more suited to doing 2D games. And 3D is not their strength. So I mean, at some point moving forward, I really think that Pokemon needs like a different main development team because yeah,
Johnny agrees with you, Klaus. Johnny agrees with you.
Yeah, because Game Freak is just not capable of making Pokemon as good as it could be.
Or at least they need more time, for sure. Because again, the biggest problem with Gen 9, it came out in the same year that Legends of Arceus. Legends of Arceus is the main game.
And that was Game Freak, right?
Yeah, like, do we really need 2 main games in the same year?
Yeah, I mean, But a lot of people liked Legends Arceus, and that for me says that Game Freak is competent. It's just that they're really being pushed to their limits, and they
Mm-hmm.
need time. They really need time. I think they could do a good 3D game because I feel like the complaints from what I'm hearing, because I'm not a Pokemon fan. From what I'm hearing, like the complaints go beyond just being a 3D game. It just goes to like design and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem doesn't seem to be that it's because it was a 3D game. The problem seems to be is because there's just crunch development, some bad decisions, and lack of inspiration. That's the problem. That's what I'm seeing. And I feel like Game Freak just that's the thing that they need. If they want to make a Pokemon game that people like, they need time. They need time, and I hope the next Legends game ZA is good. Just for people to just like shut up and like it.
Yeah,
Come on, you
like
gotta.
they're taking their time with this one. Hopefully.
Yes, like they just said 2025, and we're not even sure if it's like coming to like Switch 2, but it could because at the time of recording we still haven't heard of the Switch 2 yet, but there's a possibility it could be revealed in the next 2 weeks. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
I think around until I eventually start the station. Haha.
Oh,
Yeah. I couldn't find the emerald, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna restart."
oh,
And here's exhibit number one:
yeah.
why I don't like the treasure hunting station in Sonic Adventure 2.
You need
Yeah,
luck.
Yeah, if only it just had, at the very least, it could have just had that radar from Adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, but here's the interesting thing. I remember some years ago, I remember watching a review of Adventure 2, and the guy actually used the mods to like have all the emeralds appear at the same time, and he noted that it actually didn't bring that much of a difference, which was interesting to hear. Yeah, because from what I think, another issue that I have with emeralds is not necessarily a radar; it's more so that they're fucking small and not shiny at all. In Adventure 1, they were big and they were very visible. They shined. They had that green color was very visible. Here, if I find one, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even notice that.
Like right now, for example.
Well, that one was buried underground. So
Yeah, no, but like when you pop up, there's no shiny, there's no indication, like just like a singular emerald piece.
yeah, and that is so. Why? Like, why did that? Like, make them easy to find at least when you create them. Especially if you're gonna make the levels bigger, it should be a good idea to make them big so that people can easy to find. I mean, what you make a shitty radar and shitty emeralds just because you want to pad out the game? Please don't.
I think that's the reason why. Yeah.
uh,
But to go back to the Pokemon conversation, just you end. Comparing again Gen 8 with Gen 9. Gen 9, I felt they were more ambition there because the game was open world. The fact that you had 3 separate narratives, even though the game says, "Oh, which one we'll do first?" It's like it's clear everyone's going to do all 3. It's not like Three Houses where it's like the story's completely different. No, this is like the stories are more or less interchangeable. But it had like good moments there. Like the 3 main characters you meet, like female Goku, Cook Arven, and definitely not computer hack Penny. Those 3 are really cool characters. They actually have time to meet them and everything as you go through the story, so that's cool. I saw improvement there. The thing is, it needed more time in the oven. And I hope now, like you said, Pokemon Z is real. Good to know.
yeah, that is cool. Honestly, even as a non-Pokemon fan, like, oh, they finally got their Pokemon Z. That's awesome.
I hope it's a good
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird how they shoehorned all the Zygarde stuff into Pokemon
Yeah.
Sun and Moon.
That was so weird. That was really weird when I played Sun for the first time. Like, why?
Everybody was expecting Z, right?
Yeah.
So why a new generation right now? I mean, I already think that the DS having 2 generations was a bit odd, but I was like, oh, okay, whatever. The DS had a really long life cycle, so it makes sense. But for the 3DS, it's not like life cycle was that much bigger than the DS. So why a 7th generation? One like 3 years after the Gen 6. Like, why?
You know, it was proving that you can really tell. It's like Klaus said, it's after Gen 6 where you start to see the problem rising up slowly. Like, because we had the Gen 7 so close to Gen 6. And now we have Gen 8. Gen 8 made sense, at least. It was in a new console, so people were expecting, even though Gen 7 was still kind of recent at the time. But then to jump from Gen 8 to Gen 9, that was so quick. I'm like, already?
Yeah, it all started with friends. I knew I should have done them. The Frenchies. But yeah, Anything else you want to add, Klaus, to the Pokemon conversation?
No, not really. But it just really makes me miss the GameCube Pokemon games, Pokemon X, Gale of Darkness, and Pokemon Coliseum. And honestly, I hope one day that they remaster them and just like bring them to current consoles.
That'd be nice.
I don't know. I don't know if they would have to go in and try to make gameplay changes, like incorporate the physical special split. But yeah, I'd really just like to see them again because even though the games are very untraditional, because you weren't going around getting badges and all that, but they were still very fun to play, and the games just felt like so cinematic, like the battles. Had very like dynamic battle cameras that was like moving around the whole battlefield, and just like the Pokemon had so much more personality in those games, like in terms of how like all their animations, like some of the fainting animations are so like they're so dramatic, and even the Pokemon just standing there, they have so much more personality versus the 3D Pokemon models that Game Freak uses. Yeah, it just feels so stiff and lifeless. So. Yeah, it's one of those things where I would like Game Freak to get Genius Sonority to like help out again, but I don't think they ever will. They're just being subjected to doing like little random games like Pokemon Cafe Mix or whatever.
Pokemon Cafe Mix, the next mobile game.
Yeah. I mean, actually, the animations thing that makes sense because those are spiritual successors to the Pokemon Stadium,
Yep.
right?
The Pokemon Stadium has some really good. The thing is, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Yellow Darkness, and even Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii. Those games have amazing animations for the Pokemon. Amazing at the time for the N64 because a lot of those models are.
They were good. They were pretty good for what they were. And the models were detailed.
Yeah,
you know, that was nice.
Yeah, like I think the reason is because, and this is a topic, a point of contention that Johnny brought up in his Stadium review. Those animations take long. Those are long animations. And I guess Game Freak, because the thing is, even with the less animations like in Gen 6, the game still lagged. In the turn-based, I remember I was battling Lucario and a horde of Geodudes, I think. The game lagged, and I'm like, wow. With the 3D off, I think. I don't remember if the 3D was on and off, actually. But either case, the game lagged. So even when they were trying to make lighter animations to maybe make the combat seem more smooth, because that's the thing, after Gen 6, the battle system was a lot more faster.
Yes.
So I guess they want to make all things quick to the point. I'll save on development time. The thing is, then the animations look very stilted, and even then, the game still lagged.
Oh. Damn. But yeah, I mean, I guess would it be nice if they made better animations, but they give you like an option to speed them up in case you want to.
Or maybe go the Fire Emblem route and just have animations on and off.
Yeah. That too. Yeah, so you can at least give people the option.
Yes. You know, it's funny that we're in a Sonic commentary, but we're talking about Pokemon. If I ever do a Pokemon commentary, I'm inviting you assholes.
No,
we can talk about Sonic.
No, if you do Pokemon commentary, we're going to talk about Digimon instead.
Oh, I have nothing to say about Digimon.
Minigame kart racing with 3 courses.
Yeah, that's right, kart racing.
Yeah, we were in a racing stage, and the controls are fine, but I'd rather play Outrun.
You know what's funny though?
Yes.
This all Pokemon tangent started because you asked us to discuss the movie, and then Klaus jokingly said, "Let's talk about the Minecraft movie," and then the Minecraft movie conversation switched to Pokemon.
Let's talk. Okay, the trailer that happened recently. What do you guys think of it?
The Sonic 3 trailer. Well, I mean, I'm glad we finally got to hear Keanu Reeves' Shadow after him being leaked / rumored as Shadow months ago. We finally got confirmation of that, so that's great. We didn't get to hear much of him, but from what little we heard, I think he sounds pretty good. I can't complain.
You're a powerful bunch.
It seems like they are keeping the whole Shadow tragic backstory. Everybody he loves dies. That's great.
Oh boy, I would love to see a 12-year-old girl get shot.
Yeah. Most hype moment in movie history. So, I can't complain too much. I'm very happy with what I saw. I like that, Shadow, he's zooming around on his motorcycle. I don't think they're going to make Shadow use a gun in this movie. But no. I guess we'll see. Chaos.
He is the weapon. Why does he need weapons?
He is a weapon. True. I am totally fine with Amy and Rouge not appearing in this movie. I didn't expect them to appear, but I don't really want them there, to be frank, because I just want them to focus on Shadow. And remember, this is not an SA2 adaptation. It's just a brand new story with Shadow, of course, taking heavy inspiration from it. But I'm glad that they're putting their own spin on it. So yeah, I hope that they do end up going to the space colony arc in the movie, though. But I guess we'll see. So what do you?
Maybe there was
you
a
guys
shot
think?
that looked like Tails was in space with the space colony arc in the background, but I'm not too sure because it was very quick and it was very hard to notice. How about you, Spring?
I really enjoyed the trailer. I had goosebumps and everything. Like, it looked, for one, it looked really good. Shadow looked cool. There was a lot of action with Shadow, and it looked very smooth and detailed. Keanu Reeves' Shadow, he sounded fine. Again, it didn't sound like he was acting, doing a voice. It just sounded like he was himself, but it fit the character.
Which, I mean,
it fits his character. Like, I don't mind that. It's observation. I can't wait to hear more lines of him. One thing I really like is that Knuckles and Tails still appeared in the trailer, because that's the thing. One of my worries going from Sonic 2 to Sonic 3 was, okay, Sonic 3 is going to focus on Shadow. Are Knuckles and Tails going to get sidelined? And this trailer proved not necessarily. They're still going to have their moments, which I'm all for it, because I really like Knuckles in Sonic 2, and Tails was really cool in Sonic 2 as well. So I hope those two get the screen time, which, again, to reinstate what Klaus said, I also don't mind that Rouge and Amy are not here. Amy, I know, she's part of the main four now, and yes, it would be cool if she was there. But again, we already have to juggle so many characters. We have to juggle Shadow, the newcomer. We still have to have Tails and Knuckles do something. We still have the human characters, which, like it or not, they're part of the story. And they're part of the story of the movie universe. So they also need some screen time. Especially now in the trailer, they show that Donut Lord is going to be part of Gun, or at least is going to wear a Gun in uniform. So I'm really curious
it seems like it, yeah.
What's that going to be about? And also another thing they showed something that we were thinking. Oh, will Professor General be shown? He will. He is, and he's alive still. So that's going to be so interesting. Like,
that's going to be mysterious. That's probably the biggest mystery of this movie.
Like, because that's, again, completely different from Sonic Adventure 2. So that's going to be... just nice... Oh, okay.
I died.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to the movie. I mean, I'm hopefully optimistic. I hope it succeeds. So far, seems to be in the right direction. I am really excited for it.
As for me, it was one of those experiences, like, I knew the movie was being... I think the trailer was going to be shown off soon, especially as they were reporting it, and then it eventually came on, and I was like, okay. And it was like 1 hour right before Nintendo Direct, which was very funny. And then, I'll discuss that later, the Direct in a minute. But then watching the trailer, I was really excited, and I was like, yo! Because, for one, it felt like a natural evolution of what Sonic 2 did. In terms of plots, and I like that Tails and Knuckles are still like part of the family, with the Knuckles spin-off being kind of like it exists, but we'll talk about it in a bit. Keanu Reeves' Shadow for me just sounds really cool, and I think the thing that really made me excited is not just the trailer, but then the poster that they put up, and I was like, holy shit, this looks so cool. So. Overall, I am looking forward to the movie. I hope it succeeds. Like you guys, I was also not expecting Amy and Rouge. I know some Sonic tubers, like Sam Procrastinates, was like, oh, but they're part of the story and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, but I already feel like we're having too many characters at this point. And that's the thing that the Sonic series itself struggles with, is that it's hard to making a Sonic game where you have all the characters and all of them have a significant role of some kind. I think the only one that was able to do this was Sonic Heroes, and the only reason why I was able to is because it segmented it. So, yeah. And it was also, they didn't put that much focus on story compared to Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 because the game was purposely going back to a more traditional style, you know? So, for the Sonic movies, yeah, I'm completely fine with them just focusing on Shadow. I'm very curious about Gerald, especially because he's also being portrayed by Jim Carrey. So that's funny. It's like the dude who, for years, has made it known that he doesn't want to do sequels. For Sonic, he does not only one but two sequels, and the second sequel he does two characters. That, like, either they paid him a lot or Jim Carrey really enjoys playing Dr. Robotnik. and I think it might be both definitely,
Both.
but like
Both.
the
It's both
but
options.
yeah, but the latter. I mean, in interviews, he has said that he really does like playing as Doctor Robotnik. So, hey, that's cool. Also, he's fat now, so
Yeah, like
that's fine.
it's like each time the movie advances, he becomes more and more like his game counterpart. I like that.
Yeah, that is actually an interesting thing to touch upon because I right before this session, I actually just for shits and giggles, I watched the original Sonic movie trailer. Not only have we come so far from that original shitty design and all that stuff, and Gangsta's Paradise, all that stuff, but one of the things that I noticed from that original movie trailer is that there was a lack of confidence in Eggman. In that, okay, they showed some funny jokes and stuff like that, whatever, and the Doctor things you're basing stuff like that. But at the end, they were like, "Oh, let's show off Eggman when he's bald," which is the post-credit scene of the first movie, which goes to show that I don't think they had confidence enough to lean into what they were doing because they had to show off the post-credit scene at the end just to make people like, "Oh, Eggman becomes what he looks like," and all that stuff. Is like that's what the original trailer screams to me, is like a lack of confidence. And then that second trailer with the new design like is so much more confident because it's so much more lively and the song fits better and all that stuff. And then now we've come so far to where people are legit, not just Sonic fans, but general people who don't really watch Sonic, they just like watch movies, are extremely excited about this third movie. And it's like I hope it delivers. It's a pretty fun sequel. And yeah, it's just, and hopefully it kills Mufasa because I don't want that movie to succeed.
Yeah.
Again, I said this before. That movie's gonna be a success in the box office. Let's not kid
Yeah.
ourselves. We just want Sonic to do a bit better, or at least the same.
I mean, yeah, but we all know that the Mufasa will probably reach the billion. I don't think Sonic will ever reach a billion.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
$1 more billion.
More billion? No. Sonic is not going to make $1 billion dollars. It's going to make a more $1 billion dollars. This Sonic movie sweep.
Get them fries.
Get the prize. Yes. But yeah, no. Now we're in a time where it's not that many months left. Like I think the movie's going to be pretty much out in like 4 months.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the 20. At least in Portugal, it's gonna be on the 26th of December, after Christmas.
One day after Christmas. Wow, what a late Christmas gift.
Yep.
But speaking of Portugal,
Speaking
how about
of
the European
Speaking of Portugal.
European Portuguese dub?
What now?
Oh yeah, the Sonic's Adventures in Portugal. Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, I want Sonic in Portugal. That's my dream Sonic game right there. He comes. I want to see Portugal be represented in the Sonic Unleashed 2.
Oh, please don't play with my heart.
I remember, like, in one video, that video showed talking about Sonic Unleashed and how the inspirations. The one person talking, they did reference Lisbon. They did say, "Oh, based on Madrid or Lisbon," like for the. Just
Spagonia?
I think either Spagonia. Yeah, Spagonia, because it's
It
Italian.
probably is Spagonia because that's just like Western Europe in general.
Yeah, so I assume this also includes a little bit of Portugal. Maybe Sonic goes there and sees a Francis in there so he can eat it.
Yeah, Yuppie! I mean, with that place, I normally associate like Italy and the UK because of the Big Ben.
Yeah,
but
no,
mainly
it makes more
Italy.
sense. It's Europe. You have two Europe-style places. And it's funny because both of them are
Europol
both
or European?
European. It's funny because both of them are both Mediterranean, because one is Greece, or the one from the Mediterranean Sea.
Greek.
And then we have both Italy, which is also a Mediterranean country. So there you go. For them, Europe is just the Mediterranean Sea, and I like that.
But they should reference some Eastern Europe here and there. And it's all cold. Wait a minute, that's Alaska.
That's Alaska. And they ended to reference some damn, not
Yeah, not here.
Congratulations, you did exactly what I was hoping you'd do. You were baited.
Yeah,
What were we talking about?
at least they did a good job representing like different countries and cultures in a way that also felt like fitting for the story. That was cool.
I love World Adventures, and this and Mario Odyssey are the main culprits of me liking World Adventures. But going back to that discussion, okay, it's a European Portuguese dub of Sonic Movie 3. You watched the trailer, right?
Yeah, I watched the trailer, yeah. It was nice to hear Knuckles and Tails' voices in Portuguese, since I haven't seen the movies in Portuguese yet. And Shadow sounds really cool in Portuguese, too. So.
Yeah, you know what? maybe this time around I will actually see the movie in Portuguese in cinemas because the last two times I wasn't able to, and then when it came on home video, they didn't come with Portuguese, and I'm like, fuck.
That's so disappointing.
At least Blu-ray. I think DVD it does, but like Blu-ray, the Blu-ray of Sonic Movie 1, which I got, no. And I'm like, what?
You'd think the Blu-ray would include at least multiple languages, you know?
It includes, it just doesn't include the one I want.
Ugh.
God. It's like Sash Ultimate all over again.
Or it's like Game Freak when they do a game based on the Iberian region, quote unquote, and there's not a Portuguese version of that game.
Not even in Brazil's Brewster.
The only thing we have there is really a city called Porto Marinada. And I saw that because I thought, oh, maybe it's a sport. Because the thing they do a lot of words in Spanish. And a lot of those words in Spanish are the same in Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
But Porto, no. Porto, that's Portuguese. Because in Spanish it would be Puerto.
Yes.
So Porto
like
Marinada.
Rico.
That's the Portugal part of Pokemon.
Finally, we got something. It's like Spain is like their stomach is full, while we are just like super thin, and we are just kind of like scraping for this.
Now, even the Spain, even in the Spain, I don't think they really went that far. I mean, definitely more than we got as Portuguese, but.
But I mean, in general, like Spain normally gets a lot of representation in like a lot of media, while we are just like hope that we have at least like a statue or something like.
We get the crumbs.
Yeah. Well, at least of all places, My Hero Academia actually referenced Portugal. Even the metro system of Lisbon. I was like, oh, I'm not an MHA fan, but that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't go back to that show actually. I want to go back this year since the show. Since the manga ended.
Yeah, the manga ended.
Yeah. So I want to go back. I go back and forth with that show because I remember back then, 2016, 2017, 2018, the show was everywhere. It was like it was the popular shonen.
Yes.
There were others also as big as that, but it was the popular shonen, like the new Naruto, air quotes, not new Dragon Ball, but the new Naruto. Definitely was seen as a new Naruto.
The new One Piece.
And I remember, like, no, not even that new One Piece. It's really Naruto, because there's a lot of similarities with Naruto and My Hero Academia. Even though I don't have that a lot of experience with Naruto. I just know based on what my friends tell me, because I have friends who are really big into Naruto. In the hate-love relationship with Naruto.
I mean, Naruto. The only thing I really know about Naruto is that.
Yeah, from the Brazilian parody.
Yeah, and all I know about Naruto is I only watched episode 1, and then I watched some of the Naruto abridged back in the day, and then or Naruto was like a chain smoker, but then I remember this one time I went to a sushi place and I went to do the hibachi where the chef cooks right in front of you and the chef wearing a Naruto headband.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of I think I said it to you guys like in private, but I'll share this story here. Which is, one day I went to a ramen restaurant with my sister, and it was all filled with like anime and gaming references and stuff like that. And I went to the bathroom, and the bathroom didn't really have doors. It was just like cloth that you put on like the side so you could enter. And then right as I entered the male bathroom, I saw Goku stare into my face. Like, I was like, oh god.
Hey, I heard your pee is really strong. Can I fight it?
Oh, no, I just want to take a piss.
Super Saiyan piss.
But yeah, My Hero Academia. When I watched it the first time, I didn't see it as the next new big thing. I had a lot of fun with it, but I didn't see it as the next new big thing. And then it's interesting how the years went on. More and more people thought the same way as me because the show, I wasn't dropped in quality. It's just. It wasn't as put in the same high pedestal as it once was.
Would you say that it got stale?
Not necessarily stale. More so from what I understand, the manga didn't really... Again, it's kind of like Sonic Prime in a way. It's like, it introduced new plot points, but then it didn't have enough time to focus on all of them. And some things felt rushed. That's from my understanding. I only watched until season 3. So, I have a lot to catch up on. But from what I hear, that's the thing. It introduced ideals and thematics and themes about being a hero, about what it means to be a hero. But then it doesn't really do that much with them. From my understanding. I have to watch the show or read the manga to really comment on. But I think that's the main point of criticism. And there's also things. There's also things like how does this world work exactly? How do quirks work? Because a lot of the powers are a bit random. There's literally a character.
Fuck it, we ball. That's the idea.
It's kind of like the meme from X-Men, you know, from the guy. There's like dicks for hands or something like that.
Yes.
Like the mutant with
dreams don't die.
Yeah, it's kind of like the head with My Hero Academia. Because I remember, I'm not sure if this is from the manga, but there's a character from the anime. It was literally a human with a realistic dog face, as like a cop. And I'm like, is that his quirk? Is his quirk just really having a dog for a head? Is that it?
That's not so much of a quirk. That's just a punishment.
Like, is that the quirk? Dog face? But yeah.
Well, I guess that could come in handy if he's a cop. He can like track down criminals with his dog nose.
Yeah, that's what I assume. Like, it's probably like it's based. See, right, Klaus? Based.
Yeah. Great timing, guys.
Yeah, but My Hero Academia, I want to watch it still. I had fun. There's characters I really like. For example, there's a good old Froppy, the frog hero. She's my favorite.
Quiero.
Also fan art with her and Caro. To reference the Sergeant Caro tangent from last time. Sergeant Caro and Froppy. Lots of fan art with those two. What's that? A ghost?
The ghost? This boss fight took way longer than I should have. King Boom Boom, he appeared in Sonic X and made Chris's mom, something. Lobotomized her.
No, he possessed a lot of people. I remember, like, seeing lots of, AMVs with the Halloween songs with when he possessed Amy, when he possessed, Chris's mom and stuff like that, and now you died. Oh, no.
Yeah, I died.
Now, here's a question for the audience. Who do you think came out first? King Boo from Sonic Adventure or King Boo from Luigi's Mansion? Write your answers down below and let's see who wins.
Okay, no, can I answer? Can I answer?
No.
Oh. Because I think I know the answer.
No.
Can I say it?
No.
Can I say it?
No.
I want to say it.
No.
Please.
No.
No, I want to say it.
No.
Come on.
No.
All right, the people already commented. I'm gonna say it. I think it was King Boom Boom who came first, actually.
I think it was him, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Sonic Adventure 2 came out on Dreamcast like June 2001, while Luigi's Mansion was like November 2001, I believe, or September for Japan. So yeah.
So annoying.
I found the whole boss annoying, but then we have another good boss, so that's nice. Anyway, in general, Sonic Adventure 2 has way more boss variety than Adventure 1, I'd say. I mean, Adventure 1's bosses are not bad, but you'll definitely see more unexpected stuff in this game. Especially the final boss. Ooh.
You don't see Chaos 4 3 times.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, that is a good thing that Adventure 2 does, is that it has less repetition.
There's only one. I think there's only one or two. There's one boss that's repeated. I don't get why it's repeated. It's the Golem boss fight, because it makes sense when we fight as Sonic, but why do we fight it as Eggman?
Because the Golem went against Eggman, so now Eggman has to defend himself.
Yeah, like Sonic made it malfunction.
Yeah. So and the thing is, it's the same boss, but it's different mechanics. Like it's different. So it does add variety to that boss.
Yeah, Sonic's just more like a platformer. You know, get to the top and then attack the button. But with Eggman, you can just like shoot multiple points on his body.
Yeah. While the only bosses I think really repeat are the rivals. Like Sonic fights Shadow, Shadow fights against Sonic, Tails versus Eggman, Eggman Tails, and so on and so forth. But the thing is that those bosses are also very simple, and there's not too many of them throughout the course of the game, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I remember. I always found the hardest boss fight in the game to be the final Eggman versus Tails fight.
Yeah, I remember I struggled with that one as well because it felt like he always got my health down way faster than I could do to him, and also the laser.
Yeah, the laser, and it was such a small battlefield too, and there's like really no place to hide.
And there's a bomb in the middle.
True.
God, but besides that, the first Bio-Lizard boss fight, I actually did die a little bit when I was recording for this commentary, but the true Bio-Lizard, I think I only died once. Then I got on my second try, so not too bad.
Yeah, I went through a weird phase as a kid where I really loved the Biolizard fight, and I'd fight the Biolizard like every day for a month. I
Huh.
don't know why. So I got really good at that fight.
I mean, the fight is good. It's just that every day for a month. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
As I
Klaus
said, I
can do
had
a
like
speed run
really
of all of
weird.
that fight. So Klaus can do a speed run for that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of reminds me of when I was young. After I 100% completed Unleash, I didn't really stop there. Of course, eventually I would like stop playing and play other stuff. But I remember that there was a good period where I would just replay the levels, either daytime or nighttime, and just play them over and over because I just really enjoyed that game. But, that's the mark of a good game. When you replay the levels, even when there's no purpose.
Just have fun. They're just that fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Just fun. It's like
If it's not fun, why bother?
why bother? I love Reggie Miseve's message on that because
Yeah.
and that message is actually over 70 years old. He said in E3 2017. Times really do fly. Huh.
Wow. I'm old.
Yeah, we're all old. Oh, I'm the youngest here.
You guys really want to talk about that?
Still, I mean, a lot has happened since 2017.
It did. Actually, it did.
First of all, I met you guys. Wow.
No.
I mean, I met Klaus first, and should I give them some Rhino Dino lore?
Yeah, we can have some Rhino Dino lore.
Okay, so I met Klaus back in 2019 because both of us, I had just come off of like playing the original Devil May Cry trilogy, and then on Twitter, back when I was on Twitter, I was I would kind of was searching for like Dante in Smash because it would be pretty cool to see him in Smash, and then I found Klaus through texting on the account, and we eventually just bonded and we did a lot of stuff. And then with Spring, I met her from someone else, and then on Discord, and then eventually we found out, oh shit, it's that meme's like, oh shit, there's two of them. That's me in straight nutshell.
Yep. That's true.
So much in common. First of all, we're Portuguese. Second of all, we love voice acting. Third of all, we love Johnny, and fourth of all, we're dumbass nerds.
Yeah. It'd be true. It'd be really true.
So you can just bounce off a lot, and then I could just say, "Hey, watch Lupin," and he's like, "Okay." And then we watched Lupin, and then it's like,
we're
"Wow."
still watching Lupin.
We just barely crossed the halfway point of the show. We're still taking a long time with part 2.
Lupin.
He's a nice man, but he's cool.
You know.
He
Uses Waltzer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Machine cries. Bang bang.
Bang bang.
Yeah, it's Lupin.
Yeah, he's
the
the Lupin the Third. For anybody who doesn't know who Lupin is, he's a master thief. It's a great anime. It's old, but you don't have to worry about watching it chronologically because most of the episodes are episodic anyway. So have fun. Just go in and have fun.
Think of it as like a adult air quotes version of Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, it pretty much. I mean, Lupin and Zenigata are pretty much Tom and Jerry. That's what they are. And then there's a Japanese samurai, a cool
Goemon?
ass, Goemon, and then there's a cool gunsman, and then there's tits.
Would you go Mine?
Yeah, very peculiar character. So peculiar, she got her own show, and it's a mindfuck.
That show's a mindfuck. We watched that
Yeah.
one. Jesus Christ. The amount of twists and turns. The twists are very twisty.
At least it's only 13 episodes, which, hey, fits because we just got a Friday the 13th. Hey, that right?
Hey! Also, today is a very important day, guys.
What?
It's Persona 5 Undertale Day.
Oh yeah, they both came out the same day.
Yeah, in different
It's a
years.
year apart.
Undertale was in 2015, and Persona 5, the Japanese version, was in 2016. In this day.
Yeah. I got the PS3 version of Persona 5.
So did I.
Oh yeah, you don't have a PS4, yeah, so we played
No.
Persona 5 the same way.
I played on Persona 4 because I remember I got the Persona 4. I played on the PS4. So I remember I got a PlayStation 4 around April 2018. I got with God of War 2018.
Wow.
With either FIFA or PES. I don't remember. What a soccer game, a football game. Because of course
Do you remember the company behind it?
I don't remember. I just know it's a football/soccer game, right? Don't ask too much about me.
It's probably EA. Probably an
If it was
game.
EA, that was FIFA. If it was Konami, that was PES.
I don't remember.
Okay.
And then I remember I got other games. I got Dragon Ball Z Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters Z, whatever the heck that name is. I don't care.
I think it's just pronounced Dragon Ball Fighters.
So I got Dragon Ball Z Fighters, and I think I got Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. And then
wow!
I was with because it was like one of those things of discount, buy one get that's like if you
Get a
like two
lot.
games, they were like you get a discount, something like that. Also, this cutscene is hilarious.
Oh yeah. You can't hear shit though.
Space colony where Eggman is hiding.
I know it's hilarious though.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk over it because it's like there's no subtitles, unfortunately, and the thing is
Let
that
us stop lever! Ah!
Look out! You're gonna crash.
Ah!
honestly, my favorite part about the scene is not even in the scene, is when in the last story, Sonic says, "Having Knuckles pilot the shuttle all the way over here is more dangerous than you could ever be, Eggman." And I'm like, I love that line.
That's funny.
There's a lot of good, even though this game is has some issues with in terms of localization because they couldn't lip sync correctly, so a lot of characters end up talking over each other, and the sound mixing. I gotta be honest, the Sonic Adventure 2 has a lot of great stuff, but the sound mixing is not one of them.
No, it's horrible.
Awful.
It's horrible.
It's so awful. I could barely hear the characters, and I'm not even sure if this was the case in the Dreamcast version. I remembered it was not as bad in the Dreamcast. version.
Johnny pointed out that the PS3, the HD versions, which is the PS3, Xbox 360, and Steam versions are even worse when it comes to sound mixing.
So the ports get worse over time. Good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna be like a lot of people where they say that oh my god, you shouldn't have played the Steam version or the PS3 version so bad. But it's like, it's still Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, it has issues, but like, still Sonic Adventure 2. It's still playable. So if you like Sonic Adventure 2, you'll like this version.
Yeah.
Like, people over exaggerate their thoughts so much. Like, come on, get a life already.
But yeah, with Persona 5, I got it right after I got a PS4 because the clerk said, "Oh, this is like one of the last copies of the physical
Oh,
form."
wow.
Okay, got it. And then I played Persona 5, and my life changed forever because I really like that game.
For Persona 5, for me, I mean, I couldn't find a physical PS3 copy. Like, I got a digital, the Ultimate Edition, which was on discount. So, imagine getting the game and all of its DLC for like $45.
That's a good deal, I'd say.
Yeah, the original price was like 90. So, yeah, that was a good deal. And then eventually, when I got the physical version, I had to order from eBay from a person in Italy that was selling it for like 50-something bucks. So, I get the feeling that physical copies of Persona 5 on the PS3 are, especially European ones, are not that common, unfortunately. But Persona 5 is good. You should play
It's a
it.
good game.
It's big though.
It's big. It's a big game though, but it's a
Big
fun
game.
game.
Fun game. Even for a person who's picky about turn-based RPGs, love that game. And then I played Strikers, and I was like, oh my god, this is even better.
A Warriors game is better than a turn-based RPG. You heard it here, people.
I mean, that was my first Warriors game. And I still do want to try other Warriors games, like Hyrule Warriors, for example. Or maybe one day I'll play Free Hopes, but first...
Not before Free Houses. Trust me on
Not
this
before
one.
Free Houses. Yeah.
No, okay. I mentioned this last time in the Mario Maker commentary. I love Free Houses. It's my favorite RPG, even don't count Undertale. But
Yeah.
please, no, play Free Houses first, then go to Free Hopes, because Free Hopes really is like not even a follow-up. No, it's an addition. Like it expects you to know the lore.
Alright, then yeah, Free Houses it is.
Yeah, Free Houses first, then Free Hopes, and Free Hopes is really good. The only problem I have with Free Hopes. It's like it introduced new plot points, and I don't think the game has enough time to dwell on them. So so instead of answering
Same issue as Sonic Prime.
no, as I mentioned, that's part of Sonic Prime and My Hero Academia. Because the thing is, with free,
What is it with half-baked plot points this session?
I don't know, but like with Free Hopes, I'm really heavy enjoying it myself since I love Free Houses so much. It's giving me more of what I wanted. I want more of these characters, and I'm getting that. I am getting more new stuff of this world. The thing
Hey,
is,
just like Persona 5 Strikers.
yeah, like what happens to Persona 5. The problem is, so far with Free Hopes, is again it feels like an addition. There's countless times I'm just thinking, wow, I wish this wasn't Free Houses. Wow, I wish this wasn't Free Houses. Wow, I wish this wasn't Free Houses. Like,
Wow, I wish this wasn't in Free House.
no, like I keep faking that, and I'm like, is this fault of the game? Is it me? Because I keep thinking, I wish this wasn't the first Free Houses, because Free Houses is a game that the plot actually has time to dwell on certain things.
Yeah, especially because it's a big ass RPG, while
Yeah.
this one is
It's a Warriors
I
game, but
think
it's-
it still has some strategy elements, right?
No, it still has because of that. You can select your characters and put them. Okay, I'm in the Gold Deals route. Oh, Cloud, you go over here. Marianne, you go over there. Okay, main character Chess, we're gonna go over here. That's it.
Chess.
Chess, hyper Chess.
What about you, Klaus?
I'm still a mobile offender.
Well, I never played Three Hopes, but I did play the first Fire Emblem Warriors. That was really more like a Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Fates Warriors, plus Marth
And Lynn.
And Selka, as you'll see.
And Spring's favorite girl, Oboro.
Oh, she's there! Yay!
Yeah, well, she was DLC, and I did not buy the DLC, so. Rip Boro, I
It
did
was
not get to use
bullshit
her.
because she appears in the story mode. From what I heard, she appears in the story mode with the animations finished. It's the classic. It's kind of like Capcom with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where Black Panther and Monster Hunter, they appear in the story with finished animations. You can fight them. Are they playable? No, you have to buy them.
Oh, you gotta give us more money. But yeah, I played that Warriors with my brother back in the day, and we had fun with it. But the story was, well, honestly, to tell you the truth, I can't remember a single thing that happened in the game.
Whoops.
But like, I think the story probably. I mean, Three Hopes is probably like leagues better in that department. So, and Warriors, or the first Warriors, was more like a weird crossover fan fiction that some high schooler wrote.
Speaking from personal experience.
I mean, yeah, okay, back in the day, maybe I did write a couple fan fictions or made fan comics or whatever, but it doesn't. Okay. Maybe.
I was teasing you. No, I'm not shaming you, by the way.
All right, but yeah, the story was just like, yeah, I can't remember, but it didn't really matter. It was just a fun game to shut my brain off and just play it. But I think the story was still probably better than whatever the hell Fates did. No.
You want to start the Fates tangent? So we're probably not going to have a Fire Emblem commentary, and if we do, you could just repeat it because that's one thing that I just want to say. People probably don't watch all these commentaries, so we may repeat certain topics just fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you want to rant about Fates?
I don't know. Okay, I will rant a little bit, but I'll try not to go off too much. Okay, so the thing about Fates is I love Fire Emblem Fates. It's my favorite Fire Emblem game. Conquest specifically. It's because I think that game does more good than bad. I think the gameplay is the best in the series. I absolutely love the reclassing system. And I love the way that you can gain skills. And I like that there's still some limitations to what you can do. Like there's classes you can get the characters into, because certain characters, they can only class into certain things based on their personality, or they can friendship seal to, like, they can basically become best friends with one character, and then they can, like, gain that person's class that they can class into it. So, for example, there's this guy named Silas, and he's like a cavalier, right? Well, he can become best friends with a ninja named Kaze, and then Silas can become a ninja if he wants to. So basically, he can get all of his skills from the cavalier class, and then he can later reclass into ninja. And so you can get some really unique combinations from that. Okay, so anyway, and then with Fates, I absolutely love the art direction. I like the aesthetic of the Hoshidan classes, and I like that we get the kind of Eastern versus Western kind of aesthetics and direction, and then that also reflects in the soundtrack, which is filled with absolute bangers. I think A Darkfall Fire is probably my favorite song in the entire game.
Say they're based, right?
Oh, absolutely based. Yeah, and like if we're just talking the map design just from Conquest, the map design is there's a lot of variety in it. Yeah, and there are some stinkers later on, but overall the maps are very fun. And I like a lot of the characters in the game. Some of the characters are just like meh, but some characters are fun and I like them enough. But like the story is just like filled with like it just feels so contrived most of the time. Okay, the story is like, okay, then this happens, and then this guy is evil just because, and then we have to get him to sit on a magical throne so that we could see the evil inside of him. Like, why? And they had to come up with all these stupid excuses for why Nor needs to invade Hoshido, and they're like, okay, but we're doing it because Nor's king is evil. and we want him to stop being evil so that we can be best friends with Hoshido or whatever. But it's already established earlier that like Nor is the country. It's shit. They have like no farmland. All their people are starving. All their people are living underground because of all the monsters and bandits. And so our only reason for why we'd have to invade Hoshido is because we want Hoshido's farmland, because Hoshido is a very lush paradise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the only justification that you need for this war. It's very simple, but it works.
And
But
it feels,
no,
and it
instead we
feels
have...
real. That's the thing I want to say. It feels real.
I
Yeah.
have to say, should I have put like a spoiler warning in before this rant? Or
Too late for that now, huh?
No,
Oops.
dude, come on, this is an old game, and honestly, who cares about Fate's story? It's trash.
It's 9 years old. It's not even 10.
It doesn't even matter. So, and yeah, but no, they said they made the whole like conquest plot line about like, no, we just gotta get King Garandorf to sit on the throne, so he'll stop being evil, and it's just stupid. It's just dumb. So every time I replay the game, I just skip all the cutscenes.
So you'd say that the plot is as stinky as Corn's feet.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Good comparison? Question mark.
I just wanted to make a barefoot joke. Why is Corn barefoot? I never got that. Because of dragon.
I think to show Corrin's connection to the Earth, and because in the game there's like a mechanic called Dragon Veins, and you can use that to basically alter the environment. For example, you can make like rivers overflow, or you can dry the rivers up, or you can like what else can you do with the Dragon Veins? You can basically like make like healing tiles of them too. So that was my only guess with that. Why Corrin is barefoot? Because Azura is barefoot as well.
Ah.
But she's a dancer, so maybe because of that.
Yeah. The dancer
Maybe.
that maybe should have gotten in Smash instead.
Yeah.
I wish, honestly. Anything,
Yeah, that would-
anything
we
would
would
have
have
been better than Corrin.
Yeah, we
A
would
lot
have,
of people
like,
were-
sure.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying Azura instead of Corrin. Ow.
Also,
Yeah, that was the fan. That's what the fans felt when Corrin got into Smash.
No. The best part is really when, for Engage, they announced other rings for other characters to be represented as like emblems. For the other Fates represented, they picked Camilla, the big boob lady with an axe. And the first reaction I saw was someone putting it, Azra saying, "Bitch, what?"
Yeah.
I was about
Yeah.
to make a joke earlier. It's like, oh, so with the reclass system, because because of personalities, you could get them in certain class. So since Camilla's personality is tits, she can only get into classes that allows her to show her tits, right?
Well, I mean, her base class like really does show her tits off, but yeah, you could maybe best friend her with. I think she can best friend with Charlotte, or you can at least get her married to Arthur, so that she can reclass into Berserker, so she can have a very revealing outfit. So there you go.
Yeah, it did it.
You know,
Joke
but
that went
really, guys, if you want to fulfill your deepest dreams, what you want to do is you want to reclass Camilla into a maid, so you can have a big booba maid to attend your every whim.
Thank you. That joke paid off. Yay. Wow, the Fire Emblem tangent.
Yay, we got a final tangent! And I haven't said anything about free houses yet.
Right. But yeah, Mad Space. This is one of my favorite stages to play.
This
in
is not Mad
multiplayer.
Space.
Oh, not Mad Space. Sorry.
Meteor Herd.
Crazy. What's this one called? Meteor Herd. Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite ones to do in the multiplayer.
Can I just say, I like that you, like, there's an option to put the sunglasses on, and you put the sunglasses on, and then the screen felt like...
Because I got the upgrade in this stage.
That's cool.
So I wanted to put it on because I wanted to get the hell out of there because putting the sunglasses on that part would give you the spring that you need to go to get the hell out of there. So I just want to get some upgrades. I beat the stage in less than 5 minutes. How about that? I had to restart though because
And for that,
what
you
rank do I
get
get?
Hey!
That's perfect. Anyway, what were we talking about earlier?
Okay, we're talking about Fire Emblem, but before Fire Emblem, okay, we were talking about Warriors games, because we were talking about Persona.
Persona, yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess Persona. I got the Persona scene to make a Sonic RPG. I'm gonna upload that where I can.
I mean, yeah, they should do that because Sonic Chronicles. I don't have much to say about that game, but I heard it was kind of not good.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Interesting fact about me is I've played Sonic Chronicles more than any other person on the planet. I've played through the game at least 6 or 7 times, which is 6 or 7 times more than anybody else ever should.
How long is that game?
I want to say it's probably like 15 hours.
Okay,
It's
that's actually
not that long.
it's actually reasonable for an RPG. But
It's,
it's
it's,
still
it's a handheld
longer
game
than
too,
Donkey
so it makes sense.
Yeah, should be. Although it's still longer than it should be.
Well, yeah, but also some of those playthroughs are like New Game Plus, where my levels carried over and I could basically one-shot everything.
Okay, I love that kind of thing. You know, I still remember back when I was young. I wanted because I loved ZW Chronicles 1 story so much. I wanted to do New Game Plus and show it off to so many people. And so you know, I would play the game and they see the story unfold, but that never happened. So. Yeah.
Alright, that sounds like a good idea for commentary, you know?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you think so, Klaus?
Yeah. Really good. You could show people why you love Xenoblade so much.
Yeah, it's not like it's gonna take over fucking 30 10-hour parts to get that done.
Just skip the battles. Do like one shot all the battles. There you go.
It's still gonna take like over 15 hours.
That
Yeah,
game
that's
be
really
long.
long.
Oh, suddenly Big
Hi,
the
Big.
Cat?
Yeah, if you press the A button or the cross button or whatever in some cutscenes he will appear. It's funny.
And you
I had
piece
to do
stages
it.
too, because I remember like in City Escape, if you look back, you can see Big also running away from the truck.
Ooh.
Also, Rouge, you can fly.
Yeah,
Or
this
blind.
was kind of a dumb cutscene.
But
I guess she
in
was
order
like,
to
oh
talk
my
about
God.
the game and the characters for a second there, I do
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Knuckles
Sonic,
and
yes.
I do like Knuckles and Rouge's relationship. I did ship them when I was younger. Big the cat again. Hi, Big.
He has anything to say about it.
Where's Froggy?
He's just scratching his.
Scratching his ass.
No, that was not his ass. That was the thing on the front.
Oh no.
The thing on the front.
It's just like when in the Adventure One commentary, he's like when he said my balls itch.
But I was saying, I do like Knuckles and Rouge's relation. It's the trope I like of the criminal and the officer of the law, I guess. Like again, like Lupin and Zenigata, to give an example, or Sly Cooper and I forgot the name, Camilla Fox. I think that's the name of the
Carmilla the
Carmilla.
fox, yeah.
Yeah, I like that type of relationship. Not necessarily ship them again, but I do like Knuckles and Rouge. I'm sorry if I hurt you. And just bolts out of there.
He was trying to be more like a gentleman.
And then Rouge is like, I should get to go. And then she looks back.
And big.
She's like, yeah. They're like, I like
Yeah.
them. And then it's like,
Yeah.
in Heroes, they don't interact much. Even when they meet when the Team Sonic and Team Dark meet, they don't interact much at all. Knuckles and Rouge. But then at the end of that story, Knuckles like, oh, Sonic sure has his hands full with Amy. And then Rouge's like, oh, I'm gonna steal that Master Emerald now. And Knuckles is just like, oh, she's never gonna give up, is she? Oh no, you don't. And then, and then he starts chasing her. I'm like, oh, these two
And
are
then,
so
like,
adorable together.
And then Knuckles and Rouge barely interacted in Sonic 06, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, did Knuckles interact with anyone?
Besides,
Yeah.
I think he interacted with one thing and one thing only. It was the card that he fumbled to get it right on his hands. That's it.
Yeah, but like the only time he really interacts with Rouge is when they all end up in the ruined future,
Yeah.
conveniently at the same place at the same time.
Yeah. Wowee. I mean, I think Shadow and Rouge were teleported slightly before, but yeah, it's still pretty convenient. Chaos, as Johnny said, time travel is bullshit. Why time travel?
Yeah, it felt nice talking about Sonic.
Yeah. No, this commentary has been going places. That's
But in serious talk, I am liking this. Like, we talk about Pokemon, Fire Emblem, movies, Minecraft,
and big scratching his dick.
and Big scratching his dick.
But no, this is kind of like something that I do encourage though, because in terms of Sonic stuff, we said a lot of stuff in the Adventure 1 commentary. You can't like So just go with the flow. That's pretty much what I encourage with these commentaries. Just kind of like how Brain Scratch does. It's like they can only talk about Mario for so long, so they talk about something else.
Yeah.
Lewis will probably mention Legacy of Kain for the umpteenth time.
And DMC too. He's gonna reference Devil May Cry.
DMC to Dante in the DMC. I can finally do that joke.
I'll never forget. For me, still the best DMC2 joke is when Johnny was reacting to one of the directs. I forgot which one, but they announced a lot of ports for the Switch. One of them was DMC2 because DMC1 was already released for the Switch. And Matt was like, "Why that one?"
Because DMC2 is the best game you should in. Dante is best in game.
Yeah. Well, at least the DMC2 Dante is like the coolest looking Dante, in my humble opinion.
Actually, okay, let me make this small debate. Which one is better, DMC2 or Reboot? Discuss.
Like, we're just talking as a game.
Yeah, in general, like the whole package.
Okay, the whole package, I'd go with the Reboot any day.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you would say as a game, would you say still Reboot?
Because I mean, I thought maybe you were just like, okay, like if we're talking just like Dante's design. I mean, Dante in Devil May Cry 2 is like so cool. I absolutely love how he looks in the game. But just the Devil May Cry reboot, I just kind of look at it more as an action game where, yeah, the gameplay is very enjoyable. Yeah, it doesn't have nearly as much depth as Devil May Cry we all know and love. But I think the game has really nice level design. I think the platforming sections are really nice, and that's what. And see, like the reboot, that it did that much better than Devil May Cry 1 through 4 ever did, or the platforming sections, and just like the movement and the maneuverability. And I do like the art direction of DMC a lot, and it just has like such a cool aesthetic. And I also like the soundtrack, and the soundtrack it's not for everybody, but I think it suits the style of the game that it is.
Not for me.
Yeah, but I hate the story and I hate the characters in the reboot. So it's kind of like how I feel about Fire Emblem Fates.
No,
it's really fun to play, but skip every cutscene, please.
Yeah.
It all ties back together.
Yeah, like we're having so many like coincidences in commentary. It's just fun. I like it. Hooba-dooba.
Hooba-dooba.
Hooba-dooba. Hooba-dooba. Wow.
So I Hooba her dooba.
And then we Scooby-Doo-Booba-Dooba together.
This is bad. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Hooba-dooba.
Hooba-dooba.
Yeah, I could go for some tacos right now.
How about some Pizza Hut? Maybe some Starbucks on the side, you know?
Not Starbucks. Not Starbucks. I hate Starbucks.
You know, I never tasted Starbucks.
You're not missing out on much.
Because I'm just generally not a big fan of coffee. Like maybe coffee and I mean, whenever there's a coffee machine, I'm like, where's the chocolate milk? I prefer that. Hey, here's Crazy Gadget, anti-gravity. It's,
yeah, this is
not
my
so bad,
least favorite
but,
Sonic level in this game.
Yeah.
I get why. I'm fine with it. It's just that whenever I go for the anti-gravity section, I'm just kind of like scared that I run too much, I fall off.
Yeah. I think that's something that like Shadow the Hedgehog, the game improved for some of the more anti-gravity-ish things. It felt a little bit more stable.
Yeah. And then there's Lost World.
Lost World?
Yeah, Sonic Lost World.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I thought you were going to talk about Lost Impact for a second.
Oh yeah,
You thought of the better product. It exists. One day, maybe, I don't know.
Well, you want to do
No,
a
not
commentary on
anytime
Sonic
soon.
Lost World?
Not anytime soon. There's a bajillion Sonic games I'd rather do before Lost World.
But
Sonic
everyone in the audience, he did not say no.
I did not say no. And Sonic Boom, I mean, I'm not sure if it would be more entertaining because the game, when you look aside its like glitches and stuff like that, what is there to say about
No,
Sonic
it becomes
Boom?
boring after a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'd play for you guys, but for a commentary,
No.
I don't know. Also, I love that Sonic is floating there.
He's just floating in the air and waving like he just don't care.
Behold, he can fly.
Ooh, that's based.
Also, guys, today is also Colleen Shangsei's birthday.
Oh, Taylor's voice actress. Oh, happy birthday to her.
Yay!
Didn't know
Happy
that.
birthday.
Happy birthday to.
She was also Sora from Digimon.
Oh, obligatory Digimon reference.
Yeah, and she was also in Free Houses. There we go.
Wowee. Who was she in that game?
Spoilers.
Ah, oops. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I said spoilers on Klaus knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You know, we're putting a spoiler filter here, but not for Fates.
To quote Klaus, because nobody cares about Fate's story.
Fates, yeah, no. Fuck Fates. All my homies hate Fates. Never played Fates.
I do want to play Fates though. I mean, I do say War is one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters, even though I never played her game.
Yeah, and for me, there was a time when I wanted the 3DS. I was actually considering getting Fates as one of my first games for the console. As you all know, it never happened.
No,
but I did eventually get a 3DS, and that was awesome. I played 3D Land, Smash 3DS. Still have yet to play Link Between Worlds, but I'll get to it eventually. Speaking of Zelda, I finished Majora's Mask today. It was fun.
Nice.
Congratulations. What do you prefer, Majora or Ocarina?
Actually, I'm not sure, gotta be honest. But I'll say that for my backlog review. Haha.
You should link your backlog profile in the commentaries.
I said that in the Quest for Booty commentary that I was gonna link it, but I remembered that if you want to link external links outside of YouTube or I think Google in general, you gotta do something like prove that you are the person that's doing this. So I gotta send in my citizen card and all that stuff. I'm like, do I want to sit and Google that thing?
Nah. Avoid that like the plague.
That's a lot of work. Maybe not.
Also, we just talked over one of the best cutscenes in the game, where Eggman actually proves his superiority.
Oh, because you just told me, Fox Boy, and it's like, oh. But the thing is that Eggman already knew beforehand, as we see in the Dark story. So it's just really him just being fucking teasing Tails. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
This
is one of my favorite Eggman moments in this series. Like, Eggman is such a villain here. He's a legit threat. Even in Adventure 1, he was a bit more goofy. I remember, my girlfriend...
But she was the low claw, he's like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, like, my girlfriend was playing his last boss fight against Sonic in the Sonic route, and we're just making fun of the lines he says, ha, see if you can make it through here, Sonic. No way, I can't believe this. But here, no, here, he goes back a little bit into being a threat. Like, he just, technically speaking, he technically killed Sonic. In Tails and Amy's perspective. Like, he tricked them. He has a massive weapon, and he blew up against the moon.
And he threatens Amy with a gun.
Yeah, like, this is Eggman at his, I don't say evilest, but definitely one of his more darker portrayals, and he's really a competent villain. IDW Comics would go back to this, so that was cool too.
Yeah. Also, he's dead.
Yeah, and then in Heroes... Spoilers for Sonic Heroes, he's not even the main villain. Metal Sonic is the one pulling the strings.
Then you should turn the filters on Final Sonic's voice off, and then it sounds sweet.
Yeah. And then we just have Knuckles here.
He's just, after Meteor Her, his story is pretty much done, so he's just kind of, dicking around.
He's just chilling. No, I have a Master Emerald rebuild.
Oh, what is this? What? Huh? Yamcha.
It's like, hey, Knuckles, what are you doing here? And Knuckles is like, huh? What am I doing here?
Somebody should draw Sonic doing the Yamcha pose. I want to see that.
I think that already exists.
If that exists, somebody send it to me. I want to see it.
Yeah, well, if it doesn't exist, I'll draw it. There you go.
Thank you. Yay.
More art from Klaus.
Yippee.
Get slam dunkins! Well, Sam, and welcome to the gym.
Sonic basketball.
Oh, the Pakistani McDonald's commercial.
I had those little devices. Okay, no, I didn't have, but everyone in my kindergarten school had those. Like this, the Knuckles football one. I think that was one. The shadow basketball, yeah.
I didn't have a Sonic one, but I had a Crash and Spiral one.
I had the
Crash one
SpongeBob
specifically,
ones.
yeah.
I had the SpongeBob ones because I remember Sonic was the first one I saw of LCD screens games like those. Then Crash was the next one, and then I
Yeah.
think it was SpongeBob, and SpongeBob were the ones I had. Those were fun.
Yeah. And then you turn 13 and you start eating unhappy meals now.
Speak for yourself, motherfucker.
I mean, I haven't eaten a Happy Meal in years. But my mom eats them, and then she gives the
I
toys.
mean, nowadays, and this is a haha. Of course, you're not gonna eat a meal, but like nowadays, there's not even like toys in Europe because in Europe, McDonald's has like little cardboard thingies. So,
Huh.
what even is the purpose of eating a Happy Meal?
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really eat fast food anymore. But I can't remember the last time I got a Happy Meal. But I remember a couple years ago I was on a road trip and I saw at McDonald's they had some Mario toys, and I kind of wanted one, but I was like, no, I'm a big boy now. I can't get Happy Meals and toys anymore.
Oh, come on.
what?
Wait, what?
What? What the fuck?
That just randomly happened. I was like, what the?
Exactly. And then Sonic just looks at the screen like he's in the office.
What? Yeah, but no, come on, Klaus. You could have eaten that Happy Meal.
Come on,
I mean-
young Klaus from I don't know how long years ago.
How long was that road trip, by the way?
Oh, jeez, that was. I would say that one was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
Oh, okay. Probably before the pandemic. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it was before the pandemic.
Watch this
Wait,
video get flagged because of me
4 or
mentioning
5.
that.
Oh, 4 or 5. Oh, okay, maybe that was like 7 years ago. I can't remember. Time is just. I can't keep track of time anymore, guys.
Oh my god.
I look at again. We were talking about 2017. I look at things from 2018. I'm like, what do you mean 5/6 years have passed?
Yeah. Ow.
Oh, now Sonic is dead.
It's the
What do you
murder of Sonic
mean?
the Hedgehog.
Oh.
I'll do it. But no, it has been a long while, and it's interesting to see. I think I'd say that I've gotten used to the fact that it has been that many years, especially because I was a teenager back then, and now I'm an adult. So there is that transition period. But it is still kind of like odd that I still remember the Switch's launch vividly, but that was like 7 years ago now.
Yeah, it feels so bizarre.
Yeah, it's so odd.
Almost died again.
The clutch is real. But it's cool that a lot of stuff happens. You know, that means time is moving by so slowly.
Time goes by,
By
so
so
slowly.
slowly. Who sang that song? I forgot.
I think it's with Madonna.
Madonna? Like, when you call my name, it's like a little praise. Can you tell that Poem Wolverine is on my mind?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Beetlejuice.
That was a good movie.
A good movie. And then there's Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Like Lady Edith says in the Beetlejuice cartoon, the time of September is Halloween Eve.
Halloween Eve.
Yeah, it's true. All the stores here have their Halloween decorations out now.
It's Halloween.
wow.
It's Halloween Eve in America and probably Britain, but not in Portugal.
I mean, from what I understand, and from what I talked with somebody like a couple of years ago, it seems like Halloween has been getting a little bit more presence
No,
in
it
Portugal
is.
over the last few years.
It is. And, and again, it's all thanks to American cartoons and sitcoms and stuff like that. Because again, they show Halloween, and there's a lot of kids. Oh, well, let's do Halloween, and then as the years go on, there's like a market for it. So
Yeah.
I think and I can go on a limb and say it's the same thing for other countries. This is
Yes.
Europe, and I can definitely say that.
And overall, even though I'm not really big on horror movies, I like the aesthetic of Halloween. I think it's cool.
I like Halloween too. Like I always
Yeah.
remember, even when I was young, I was always like, okay, let's celebrate Halloween. Let's go watch top 10 creepypastas on YouTube.
Ooh, but Ben drowned. Wowee.
The classics: Ben Drowned, Jeff the Killer,
And Tails Doll with
Tails
the
Doll.
the
That
red
was
thing.
my first one, and still one a very special one.
No,
The
good
Squidward
Sonic
Suicide.
For suicide, yeah.
That's now called
Oh.
just the Red Mist, and I'm like, why did they change the name?
I don't know. Copyright.
Yeah, if they copyrighted it, that makes it canon.
Oh,
Oh, actually, Klaus. Speaking of that,
Uh-oh.
There was a SpongeBob episode, I think either last year or 2 years ago. It was after the pandemic. It was after 2020. I don't remember exactly what's the plot of this episode because I haven't seen it, but it's a modern SpongeBob episode. I think they were inside Squidward's mind and they were like opening different doors for different dimensions or something like that. In one segment, Squidward is he opens something like a TV, and for a brief moment you can flag a screen of Squidward with something black coming out of his eyes is shown. They actually referenced Squidward's suicide / the Red Mist creepypasta. The thing is,
amazing.
that got later censored. That doesn't appear in the modern edition of that episode.
Oh, cowards.
But that was an actual thing. They actually referenced the SpongeBob creepypasta.
Da!
It's canon now,
that's
like you're
nice.
saying, Klaus. It's canon.
Wowee. That's interesting. We are actually getting kind of close to the end of this part. We have like 5 minutes. We can extend this if we need to. But how about that Sonic and Shadow?
Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. The stuff they've been showing off is really cool. I know you, Spring, have been kind of avoiding a lot of stuff. I've been personally seeing some of the footage, and man, it looks fun. Like, its level design is like dynamic as it was in the original generations? No. But is this a step above Forces, Frontiers, and all that stuff? Yes.
That's good. That's all I need, actually.
Yeah. Like, it's fun. That's the main thing. It looks fun, and I really want to play it.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna pre-order it, and I don't really buy new games anymore nowadays. Especially like new Sonic games right out of the box.
Already with the special attack?
Yeah.
If you get enough strings.
So I gotta get that pre-ordered soon. But yeah.
I got my pre-order for the PS4, so I can't wait. It's the first time pre-ordering something for the PS4.
I did see like pre-orders were available on Fnac, a major retailer here, and I was considering it, but the thing is, I kind of do want to save up a little bit of money. But the thing is that I would get a pre-order bonus if I did it, so I'm like, I don't know. And then there's another game that I would love to pre-order, but Capcom is making it very difficult for me. Marvel vs. Capcom Final Collection. Switch physical version in Europe is just a code in the box. Fuck you.
Why? Why?
It's just
Like, why is it so fucking hard to put a cartridge? God damn it.
Exactly, why? Doesn't make any sense.
But I most likely will probably get the physical version because I will admit I like the box. I want the box. But god damn it, just give me a cartridge. Like, can somebody like do a petition or stuff? I know this never worked, but like, can somebody just like ramble on Capcom Europe because we're literally the only ones being left out.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know
Japan
why
and North America will have cartridges.
Why? That's an.
And yeah, might as well just say it here and not save it for later because later I do want to discuss more positive stuff regarding that series.
That series had a lot of good things. But there's
Yeah, a lot of good things.
like a lot of good things. I love that series. So.
It definitely took us for a ride.
take forever.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's a point that I'm gonna make sure Klaus is gonna like this one. So I had a thought experiment, right, about Marvel vs. Capcom. You know that in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, good old Virgil appears, right? He's broken as all hell.
Good
I was
old
thinking,
motivated man.
if they ever do a Marvel vs. Capcom 4 or 5, depending if you count Infinite or not, and they bring back Virgil, they could technically do a rendition of his theme, Bury the Light, for the Marvel vs. Capcom. It's like his theme as you fight him.
Yes.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty epic on like GMVs and stuff like that.
They'd have to make sure the fight was really long though, so we could hear the entire duration of the song.
Or they could make it shorter.
There's a short version.
They can't shorten it.
No, actually, no. There's no remix or anything. It's just legit the 6 minutes version of the song plays when you fight Virgil.
No, it was 6 minutes. That shit was 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Then let's go 10 minutes
Yeah.
then.
The song is really long. Which is impressive. Like, it's longer than Roundabout by Yes. I mean, there's a lot of songs that are longer than that, but you know. I mean, I once heard a song that was like 29 minutes. I'm not kidding. There's a song that's called I forgot what was it called? It was from X Japan, it's a Japanese band. It's called The Art of Something, and that song was 29 minutes long.
Jesus Christ.
It's literally a artsy fartsy song because it goes all over the place in terms of rhythm and melody and stuff like that, but it is definitely an experience. Also, Sonic kicked Shadow's ass. That was interesting.
But if you play Shadow's route, Shadow kicks Sonic's ass.
So we don't know how that battle actually turned out.
And I think it's still open to debate because in this Tales Tube they talk about that. I think they still leave open to debate. Who actually
It's
won.
just so they don't infuriate anybody. Like, they don't infuriate the Sonic fans or the Shadow fans.
Yoink!
Yeek.
Man, have you noticed like how inconsistent the coloring on Tails' model is in this game? Like sometimes his chest fur is gray, and then his gloves are gray, and then his muzzle's gray, but then it's white. In another scene, it's like, why is that?
Is it because of the lighting of the building around them?
I don't even know if that's the case here, because it's like the lighting should be the same across all like the white parts of his body, but it's not.
But I feel like the lighting does affect the model in this, at least in this game. At least it feels like it from where I see. Oh well. Also, I'm skipping bypass the credits, so we're leaving them toward the end.
Look at that shit-eating grin.
Shitty. Yeah. And that was the end of the hero path of Sonic Adventure 2. Anything you guys want to add before we wrap up this part?
So, let's see. Let's go over. Game Freak needs more time to develop the Pokemon games. Fire Emblem Fates is a good game with a lousy story. We are excited for Sonic Movie 3. My Hero Academia exists. The MC reboots a better game than the MC2. Anything else I'm missing? And SpongeBob Creepypastas are canon.
Minecraft movie looks bad.
And Minecraft movie looks bad. There we go. That's all I have to say.
Jesus Christ, what a commentary.
And this is just part 1, dudes!
Dudes, yeah, I don't know what shit we'll pull out of our asses for the next parts, but hope you guys enjoy it. Anything else you want to add, Klaus?
No, not really.
Okay then, so thank you guys for watching this part, and see you sometime later for part 2. Later, guys.
Bye.
Adios!